I'm Aaron Mehta, editor of BreakingDefense.com. I'm here with Lee Ferran, who's our managing editor. We're here to wrap up the AUSA conference. Day 3 is in the books. Yeah, exactly. Wow. Few is the right way to put it. It's been kind of a long couple of days.
It's been a long couple of days.
So when we did a preview video of Day 3 yesterday, we talked a little bit about how Day 3 is going to involve some digital news. That's played out a little bit. What's one of the stories that kind of fits into that group?
Well, our Sydney Freeberg is one of our emerging tech reporters. He published a story today that was about a secure enclave pilot program that the Army is going to do, where essentially small businesses can come into a protected environment that the Army maintains to do, military projects. The requirements to work in cybersecurity for the military are pretty stringent, and a lot of small businesses have trouble keeping up with everything they have to do. So this is basically the Army saying, don't worry about it, we'll take care of it, come play in our sandbox, we'll protect you there.
Yeah, so that's on the digital front. Another aspect of the show, which has been kind of interesting, is the international participation. We've seen a lot of foreign countries here showing off their wares. We brought Tim Martin in, our UK correspondent for the show. He's been here and he's kind of been leading our coverage in that area. He had a bit of a scoop today.
Yeah, so apparently Tim broke the story that the 4 Nordic nations are going to jointly procure the next infantry fighting vehicle. This is Norway, Sweden, Finland, and
Denmark.
Denmark, right, of course. They currently all operate the CV-90, and the senior officials for the Swedish and the Norwegian military told Tim that it would make the most sense to buy more of that, but they're open to other options. They're talking to other manufacturers, and they're all talking together about how to procure these systems together to be more efficient, save some money, make everything just more uniform. Yeah, but you spent today walking the floor a lot. We talked about before, one theme out of this conference was transformation and contact.
Yeah.
Did you notice anything else, any other overriding themes or big position changes for the Army?
It's interesting because when we did our preview video for the show, one of the things that we talked a lot about is the fact that because of the election being so close, you're not going to see a lot of big announcements policy-wise in terms of, we're going to be doing this for the next year, because nobody knows who's going to be here next year, right? Even if Kamala Harris wins, that doesn't mean that it's going to be the same team. So you did have a lot of you didn't see a lot of big news coming out of the Army, and on the floor you had a lot of people saying, well, we got to be a little cautious because we don't know what's going to be coming up. We saw a lot of drones, we saw a lot of counter drones. That stuff seems pretty common. Air defense was a big theme, I think. But beyond that, really what was interesting was when you're on the show floor and you're starting to talk with industry, a lot of people brought up on their own, hey, so if Harris wins, is Wormuth going to be Secretary of Defense?
This is the Army Secretary.
The Army Secretary, Christine Wormuth, right. Is she going to end up being Secretary of Defense? Because that's a rumor that's been going around a little bit in circles. People in the industry seem to think, hey, there might be something to this. So we did the most logical thing, which is Ashley Roki, our Ace Army reporter. We had a couple of minutes with Christine Wormuth today, and she asked her about it. And the secretary, as you'd expect, was, very demure on it, and said, of course, if asked to serve, I'd be happy to continue to serve. Didn't quite bite on that question.
Right.
I think it's interesting that is something on a lot of people's minds going forward. Of course, you can read that interview at Breaking Defense. If it's not up by the time this video goes up, it'll be up soon. You'll be able to see what Ash talked about there.
Right, and that's all of our coverage will be on BreakingDefense.com. I think we've written more than 30 stories at this point, just in the first 3 days here. We've still got more stuff coming tomorrow, the next day. We're going to have more coverage on BreakingDefense.com, so check back whenever you like. We'll have new stuff just about it seems like every 10 minutes at this point.
Sure feels that way, yeah.
All right, I'm Lee Ferran, managing editor of Breaking Defense. This is Aaron Mehta, editor-in-chief. Until next time.